Finally, we have something new to talk about. So in case you've been living under a rock for the past 24 hours, the DMA org site, which hosted the account terminated of Clancy's journals, the thing that introduced us to the Scale 90 era since April 5th and stuck around all these months, finally changed yesterday. The site got updated to where all of Clancy's journals are back, but the cooler thing, at least to me, is that we got a new document. As you can see here, the continent of Trench. Trench is confirmed to be a continent. And here you can notice several things. We're going to do a deep dive into this map in just a minute, but there are things to notice, such as the fact that DMA is at the very bottom of this map. Right underneath it, there's a place called Port Vile. And then you see this thing, this island over the right side called Voldsoy. You see this brain-looking structure in the middle. You see clouds all around. You see the DMA. You see the Sacred Municipality of DMA United Vitalist on there. And things just get crazier because Tyler updated his Twitter profile and posted this picture. What does this all mean? Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, I hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day is going well and hope it continues to go well. This is what we know about the continent of Trench, as well as what it means in the pertains to the outside music video. Let's get right into it. Let's start off by doing our deep dive into the map of the continent of Trench. Now I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff that a lot of people have come up with. I usually give credit where credit is due because you really should give credit where credit is due. And so many people have come up with this. I've seen it across many forms of social media that I don't know who to give credit to, so this is a lot of people's theories. So I'm gonna go live over here. I'm gonna go ahead and make the continent of Trench big, and let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's start off by what's at the very bottom of the map, which is Port Vile, which is right below the city of Dima. So a lot of people, including myself, call this place the start of the Saturday music video, where we see the people getting the bishops loading equipment on their ship, on their sub. Then the Saturday music video happens and trash happens, it breaks the sub, and then Tyler and Josh and everyone is stranded in the water. Then they wash up on some place, because if we go back to this Instagram post that Tyler posted with the caption, it seemed like pure chance to wash up where we did. As I followed him across the small, frigid island, a few things happened. Feeling came back to my hands and feet. We were giving dry clothes and began to realize chance had nothing to do with this place. This place, odds are, most likely, 99.9% chance, Voldsoy. This tiny island right here off the coast of the continent of Trench. We know this is an island because if you zoom in on it like we did here, that there is really nothing connecting to it. Maybe there's something in these little clouds, but odds are there's nothing. It's just an island off the coast of Trench that Tyler and Josh washed to. And what's more interesting about this, and we're now going to go off the rails. We're just going to talk about the outside music video for a moment. Tyler posted this photo onto his Twitter. You see that it's in black and white. You see that Tyler has his hands over his eyes. You see that Josh is leading Tyler while Josh is holding a torch. And you can see that Tyler is holding his ski mask in his hands. I'm gonna read the Instagram post again. It seemed like pure chance to wash up where we did, the island of Voldsoy, as I followed him, Josh, across the small, frigid island, Voldsoy. A few things happened. The feelings came back to my hands and feet. Tyler waking up from the bishop's spell. We were given dry clothes, as you see here, and I began to realize chance had nothing to do with this place. They came to Voldsoy with a purpose. And I personally believe that Voldsoy, take away that stuff for a moment, come back to center, this is where Trash is. Trash wanted Tyler and Josh to come to Voldsoy. This is an isle of vultures, an isle of dragons, because we know vultures come to Dima and leave Dima as they want to. They are a symbol worshipped by the Banditos. We know that Trash Dragon in Dima slang is vulture. So, odds are, there's an isle of birds. They're not flightless, because they can come and go as they please. And a lot of people, just gonna bring up Voldsoy once again, tie this back to migraine because of the shipwreck in the island full of suicidal crazed lions. A lot of people will tie Voldsoy to migraine, and the more interesting thing, and what really convinces people, is that if you go to Google Translate and you translate Voldsoy with the O and the slash in the center, it means Island of Violence. Yeah, direct tie-in with migraine there. So, super interesting stuff with that. And sticking with migraine for a moment, if we zoom out to the actual continent map, the whole thing looks like a brain. Where do you get migraines? In your head. This whole thing is one big brain. And it looks an awful lot like the background used in the live stream experience when they did do migraine. It looks an awful lot like this. And sticking with how it looks like a brain, we've actually seen this structure before within the Dima lore, which is in the jumpsuit medallion. Yes, this appears on the album cover of Trench in a little tiny thing. You see it within the Dima game on Spotify, where you can, the old game used to, I wish that thing was still available, but you can go and unlock these little tiny tidbits about each place. And the jumpsuit medallion reads, an aerial perspective of the world of Trench. Man, that really makes sense now. This map helps us find our way as we face our journey alone. Amidst the great solitude, this circular figure becomes our guide and companion. The atmosphere perspective of the world we were lost in, and this document of guidance at times posts that word like my own protection cover me. And you can see with that map, it is the map of the continent of Dima right there, and there's some smaller text within this place. So the little tiny lines in the jumpsuit medallion represent torches. Then there is this line in there that represents Bandito presence, and then you have this line at the very bottom of Trench that represents a stream. So here's the jumpsuit medallion zoomed in. Here is it with the map, and here is it circled on there. And these circles were actually provided by @neon Merrick on 404 on the Twitter machine. I'll make sure to put their Twitter down in the comment section below in the description box. That way you can make sure to go follow them, because I am spotlighting a little thing from there later on. But that's where this map word with the torches, Bandito presence comes up. And we'll talk about these lines in a moment. Let's get the actual map back up. So, other things to note is that with this, you see that there are a whole bunch of clouds that separates Trench from Dima. You see they're at the very top of the map, and as well as above Voldsoy. And these could be fire. These could just be representation of mountain ranges. Who really knows except for Tyler and Josh? It's also worth noting that the map is actually kind of incomplete, because if you look at the structure of it, it kind of gets cut off at the very top and on the side a little tiny bit. So that is just a little interesting thing. Probably just an overlooked thing. Probably means nothing at all. Probably just those are beaches, and we just didn't want to document beaches, which, hey, fair enough. And so the other thing that a lot of people point out is that the compass at the very bottom is actually east up North is at the west position, south is at the east position, and then west is at the south position. So really, it's the Bandito way. East is up. And if we make this more, you know, correct, with north being north, you can see this mountain range going down the left side brain. They're tying in Vessel. If Vessel wasn't already part of the Dima storyline, it's definitely tied in now, which is super awesome and super cool. Which, hey, I could have been wrong about that, and I'll be the first person to admit it, because theories are theories. You aren't proven right or proven wrong until proven through Tyler, Josh, Mark from Real Bear Media, so on or so forth. So it's just really interesting stuff. Now, the fun thing is that there are all these lines that are actually on this map. And again, this comes from J Merrick at neon_Merrick404 on the Twitter machine. And so they point out through all these lines, we're seeing ship routes. Chances are this was a path the sub was taking. It will make sense seeing as the island is right there. And they go through, and as you see, they've highlighted everything throughout this map, just a whole bunch of connections on where these ships would travel, kind of like a travel route or a truck route that you would have to take to go to a certain place. These routes take you to places. So let's assume for a second that these lines were the bishops tracking trash, not the ships. Ooh! It would make sense that they would track trash through the water with the sub, but they can't exactly do it through air, hence why it stops on land, which is super interesting. And this map is really interesting. There are probably a lot of things I'm missing. People have said that they see the fairly local bunny in the heavy dirty soul bunny within the cloud at the very top if you turn it over to the side a little bit. Like, they see a bunny in this picture right here. I've seen people find a vulture in this picture, and I don't know if this is people looking too far into it and they're seeing things they want to see. Personally, for myself, I see a face right there, and that's probably nothing, or it means something. I don't know. It's so complicated, and it's exciting stuff. And I'm gonna, just for transparency's sake, I was not the most excited person when this came out. I was feeling really burnt out. I was excited for a total of 5 minutes, and then I just got upset. I fell into a funk because I was no longer excited. Nothing about the lore excited me anymore. Until I started doing this video. Now I'm hyped. Now I'm excited again, thinking about these possible possibilities. And I thought about this all day today, and I wasn't excited until now. Thank you guys for being around. Thank you for giving me something to be excited about. Rekindling my excitement. Oh, that's where people see the vulture. Right there in the little mountain range on the side. So it's just a super interesting thing, and we'll have to see where all of this goes. And it's also worth noting with this Instagram picture, Twitter picture that Tyler posted, that the saturation is completely gone. I would not be surprised whatsoever if the outside music video was in black and white, being that we've been losing saturation over time. Think about the live stream experience. Think about the teasers for Saturday, how they were just pink Polaroid pictures, and now we're fully black and white now. We are fully black and white. Like, saturation's gone completely. Saturation's gone over time. Maybe throughout the course of the outside music video, we'll see the video go from black and white to colorful. Kind of like a Wizard of Oz sort of thing. I think that'd be really cool. And it's a possibility that could happen. And oh, I do want to talk about the why to brain, because I know why. I created this world to feel some control, destroy it if I want to. This is all in Tyler's head. Dima is a symbolism for mental health. It all happens within your head, so it makes sense that all this would be a brain because it all happens in here. It makes sense. And just a small recap, the outside music video is going to take place on Voldsoy. Most likely we're going to see Trash the Dragon. We're going to see Josh lead Tyler because Josh already knows this island for whatever reason. Maybe there's already banditos on this island. Maybe this is the banditos' secret place. Who knows? And something I wonder, how did Clancy come back? Because the DMA.org site just comes back. Clancy, this is proof that Clancy is in fact alive. Or someone is talking through Clancy. People have said Tyler is now talking through Clancy because Tyler gave us that little journal through the Instagrams, and now we got this map. Maybe map was Clancy. Maybe Clancy found a copier and was like, hey, I'm gonna upload this copier trench, and sends it to another continent, which is where we are, or somewhere, where Ned is. And the reason why I want to say non-kayfabe, so like the shoot reason, using wrestling terms now, the shoot reason why we are getting these now is because the storyline is coming to an end soon. We have one more album, then 21 Pilots are going to move on to a new concept, and maybe a new story, or just going to do a straightforward album, which would be nice after a while. But you would think they would just want to do a straightforward album, but maybe they'll move on to another story. But anyway, but it's coming to an end, so they're going to start giving us more and more information. So honestly, expect more information on April 5th. Expect more information April 7th, when the Stressed Out music video got released, when Choker came out. We're going to get new information on DMA.org, more so until we get to the final step of this album, which a lot of people are saying that we have entered a new era of 21 Pilots. I respectfully disagree, because we still have the Takeover tour that's happening in London, and then the Icy tour that's happening, which people have said that the Icy tour could be promoting the new album. I don't know. We'll just have to wait to see. But anyway, guys, that was my deep dive into everything that happened today. So I'm out of this now and go to bed. I was up at 6 a.m. this morning, and I am super tired. I'm tired. Maybe that's why I wasn't excited. Maybe I'm just stressed out by my personal life. Who knows? You're not my therapist. I don't have a therapist. But anyway, I'll end this video. Go to bed. If you have any theories, let me know down in the comment section below. And or come to the JLAndersonMusic Discord server and type in the theory chat. Send me an email at gooddaytop21@gmail.com. Taking a little break from the Twitter machine right now, so if you tag me in the camera died, so I have to do it through the phone. But my guys, I'll see you later. Goodbye, and good night. More importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later. What does this mean? I don't know.